So as you've probably seen, which if you haven't, go watch the previous video, I got into an accident and wrecked my CBR600RR. But that's not the end of the story. That's actually just the beginning of building the ultimate CBR600RR. In this video, we're gonna assess the damage on the motorcycle, and by the end of the video, we're gonna make a list of the things that we need to get this bike running perfectly, better than ever. Alright boys, so as you can see, it wasn't a light accident. So the major part that took the damage is actually the front end. The right fork is actually destroyed, and this radiator hose needs to be replaced. Same with the forks, but the left one is fine, but still we're just gonna get a set to make it run as safe and perfect as possible. As for the wheels, there isn't actually that much damage, but we got a big dent over there, so I think that's fixable, but I'll fix it, sell it, and get a new one. It's just gonna save me the hassle of worrying about it. Let's go for the left side. So as you can see, sorry if I'm doing a bad job at showing, but as you can see, like, this fork is fine, whereas this one is just basically done. So this part actually just slided. The fairings has slide marks, and the lever itself has slide marks, but the big impact was on the right side, where like the whole front end just got wiped. Now moving back to the motorcycle, it didn't have any damage, not as far as I can see. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm just gonna remove the whole fairing kit to reveal the whole bike and see if there's any other damage that I couldn't find. Alright boys, so I'm just gonna drop this lower fairing, unscrew this side, and then move the other side to drop that as a one unit. I was expecting it to drop as a unit, but apparently it's destroyed from the lower half. Let's go to the other side. So as you can see, there's a pretty big impact on the left side. There's a sliding marks all over it. So just take it off. So drop the whole side fairings. As you can see, there's a lot of oil. That's because of the forks leaking all over the motorcycle. So we're gonna need a lot of cleaning to do. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the tank. So we're gonna have to remove these side covers to access the tank. Also remove the seat. The side covers screws, both of them are broken. Alright, so we got the tank cover off. By the way, this still works, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and get me a new one. Alright, so apparently the front fender separated into 3 parts. Alright, now that the whole bike got stripped down, we can go ahead and have a better look on the tank, the rear end, also the front end, which we already had a good idea about it, but just to make sure. Another problem, it starts perfectly, nothing's wrong with it. Thing is, it doesn't actually activate the rear tail light. Same thing with the rear brake, doesn't do anything. So that's one more thing to I guess worry about. So I'm gonna give this bike a wash just to have a better idea of what we're looking at. Alright boys, so here we got the bike stripped down without the rear end. I didn't really need to do that because, as I've seen, like, I didn't have any damage. Now moving on to the front. So here we have an obvious damage, which is the front forks. As we mentioned, like, this one is pretty messed up. So that's the first thing. We need a set of front suspension. Also, this wheel has a pretty big dent. I think it's fixable, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace it anyways. Here, the radiator, we have a pretty small dent, but we do have pretty big damage here, which we're gonna need to replace this hose. Also, this side of the radiator has a small dent over here. Other than that, the frame looks all good and straight. That's as far as the right side. I'm gonna go to the other side and show you how it looks. Alright, so as of this side, it actually has some scratches, but it's all straight. Like when you touch it, it doesn't feel like it's bent or anything. So this side is also clear. Obviously I got a big hit on the alternator side. Alright, so I made a list with everything that I'm gonna need to rebuild this bike. Some of them are just things that I wanted to get previously. I'm gonna show over here everything that we're gonna need. I'm gonna start off with the forks and wheel. Next thing, which is a pretty important thing to hold the front end, which is the upper stay and the air duct. Also, we're gonna need a new loom wiring harness because this one, as you can see, so it's missing the cluster wiring connector. So we're gonna need a new wiring loom harness plus a cluster. One of the obvious things is gonna be a new set of fairings plus a windscreen. I always wanted to get the zero gravity, so I'm gonna get that. Yeah, other thing is the third eye or whatever you want to call it, which is right above the headlight. I also need to get a new set of headlights and a new set of turning signals. So I'm gonna get the TSD ones, so I might as well get the integrated taillight with it. Alright boys, that's it for today's video. So just a quick recap for what happened in today's video. First, we got a quick look at the bike. Second, we removed the fairings to get a better look at the bike. We also give it a quick wash to have a better idea of what's going on. And we made the list of the things that we actually need to get this bike running. So next video is going to be a pretty exciting one because we're going to be actually installing most of the things that we're going to order for this bike. So stay tuned. See ya.